And yes, the young bats are doing their thing, but the pitching has been, and it's not just the White Sox. This has been since the minute they dealt Flaherty. The pitching has been excellent.
Yeah. Bullpen days used to be automatic L's. Like, wait, we just won another one and another one and another one. So, yeah, I'm with you. That you don't have to just rely on your two starters. You're getting the job done with the other guys.
But can it sustain? Video gets out. Guys with limited ability get exposed. I'm saying I need to see a little more. I have no issue with anyone who says we're in a chase right now. Have your fun with it. But the math is the math. 3.7% with Fangraphs, or the barometer of 88 wins being what it'll take to get in. Are you ready to say your team's going to go 21-8 to do this? I am not there yet. I don't think that's negative, but no. I'm with Rico. I think if we started next week where 5.5 became 3.5 or 3, and you had a 5-1 homestand, and you're still the hottest team in baseball, then it would feel different to me.
And see, I think also the reason why I say 3.5 games, because you had all summer to corner the market. Now football's about to start, and let's face it, the Lions are good. So a lot of people are going to be looking at Ford Field and what the Lions are doing. If you're still sitting there 5.5, 6 games out, treading water, you're not interesting anymore. But if you have a real chance at this and not just a 3% chance, that's why, yes, these next 5 games, especially because you're playing the Red Sox, can really help your case. You get into it where you're like, as David said, Kenny, you're right. You're the first team out. You're right there on the cut line. You're sitting there looking at Minnesota, and then yes. But with the competition of football, whether it's pro or college, that's the problem. You had all summer to get this done, and you didn't do it.
So does this schedule suggest 21-8? You do what you want with it. You have 2 more with the Angels, 3 with the Red Sox. All right? Then we're heading out west. At the Padres, who are excellent, for 3. At the A's, who are basically the Angels, for 3. Then you're home against the Rockies, who are horrific, for 3. 3 against Baltimore. 3 on the road against Kansas City, 3 on the road against Baltimore, 3 against the Rays, 3 against the Sox, the White Sox. If you get it done here and we can get to the West Coast trip in the mix, it's almost like you have 2 difficult weeks and then 2 cake weeks, if you look at how it breaks down.
And then the White Sox.
Then it's like free square. I would just like to know, because I think the Fangraphs thing is sobering at 3.7%. But if you want to throw that in the garbage and you want a more simplified, okay, can they go 21-8 with what I just listed? I got a hard time buying it.
Yeah.
I think it's been fun, and I'm excited what they're doing offensively. But the pitching, I got a hard time believing that a bunch of no-name guys are not going to get figured out and start getting knocked around the ballpark. And they've already said they're not pitching Skubal every 5 days. They're going to be very mindful of Skubal and rest.
See, I wonder if they reconsider that, though, as you start getting closer. Because the whole thing was, we're going to sit Skubal down because it was their way of waving the white flag. But now you start winning, I think that you start seeing Skubal getting closer and closer back to his regular spot in the rotation because the games are starting to mean more and more.
Yeah, that Padres series is key because, I mean, that's the road series that starts that road series. San Diego's also trying to make the playoffs here. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be tough there. But that 9-game stretch, that week and a half stretch with Baltimore twice and Kansas City, that does make me think, they probably can't win the games they need to win.
Well, it's what I said to you is, look, man, you're going to have a 6-game stretch where it's A's and Rockies. That's the offset. Just like when you had White Sox and Angels. That's the offset. You know, those are 5-1 clips if you're actually going to be able to get this done. And to finish the season, look, it's unpredictable. The Rays are basically a 500 team. But the White Sox, the only case I could make that that's not a sweep at the end of the year when the Twins could be gripping is that the White Sox might do what the Tigers did in 2003, which is go Hercules mode to avoid history. Didn't the Tigers win 7 of their last 8 in 03 to
They
avoid
did,
it?
Mike, but I can't prove it, but I think teams all chipped in so the Tigers wouldn't get that record. They kind of didn't throw games, but they didn't try their hardest, and it was kind of a tip of the cap to the Tigers. We don't want you getting this record.
248-539-9797. So there's the two sides of it. Now, if you want to talk about Labor Day plans or something, you can go somewhere else. I want to know if this is a pennant chase, and what will it take for it to be so? 21-8 or 3.7% chance at the playoffs per Fangraphs. You can do whatever you want with it. We'll take phone calls next. 248-539-9797. When it comes to an IRS collection or audit, you need a law firm that specializes in all types of tax problems. You need Maurice and Jerry of Abraham and Rose. Simple. They're not a tax organization with random people answering the phone. Maurice and Jerry, they've dealt with the IRS for years. They're going to advocate for you, fight for you, and guide you through the entire experience. Save your time and money, and hopefully some headaches with Abraham and Rose. Go to abrahamandrose.com today or call 248-539-5040, and you will never have to deal with the IRS again. David, what did the ticket text have to say? Is this a pennant chase now? Or when will it be? Tigers 5.5 out. The Twins continue to lose. I'm not ready to go there yet, but I'm not that far off. I think Rico and I are kind of lockstep on this. A 5-1 homestand, and we all are back from Labor Day as this team's on the West Coast. You know, you're 4 games over 500, 5 games over 500, and you'd start doing the math on it. I mean, right now, 21-8 probably gets you in. So if you're able to go 4-1 over your next 5, well, now all of a sudden, 17-7 gets me in. I whittle it down. You start baking in, hey, I got 3 against the Rocks. I got 3 against the A's. I got 3 against the Sox. Well, all of a sudden, if I can go 500 in those other games against Baltimore and Kansas City, I'm not saying that's going to be easy, but I think I need to see a little bit more, because the one problem in this is what they're doing pitching-wise, not hitting. The pitching it's voodoo. Guys who have no pedigree and no real future in baseball generally don't keep this up. Video gets out, the scouting report gets out, and that 3rd time through, 4th time through, you get knocked around the yard. But I'm willing to give Love a chance, but they got to do a little more. David, what do the texters have to say?
Dennis in AP says, get within 3 games of the playoffs and only chasing 2 or less teams by September 6th, and then I will be all in on a playoff chase. The team is too young with no playoff experience. It's been fun, but I don't see a pennant chase happening. That is Hunter from Tecumseh. Mike, they need to go 6-2 over the next 8 games for me to seriously buy in, but watching this team now with the young guys and whatever voodoo the pitching staff is doing has been a breath of fresh air.
Indeed. They haven't been above 500 this late in the season since 2016.
Don't think about catching the wild card spot. Catch the team right in front of you, one at a time. And above all, just keep winning. If you ain't winning, it ain't happening.
Okay, thank you for that pro tip. We have an audience, some of which believes chocolate milk comes from brown cows. I have to simplify things, guys.
But I think David did say about you beat Boston, and now you can leapfrog them. You're that first team out.
Rockies, Athletics, and White Sox to come for the Tigers after a bad Angels team is not unreasonable to win 75% of those.
Yeah, of those games. What do you have to
Rest.
say about Baltimore and Kansas
Thank
City
you.
and San Diego?
We still have 3 games against San Diego, 6 against Baltimore, 3 against KC, not to mention Boston this weekend. We win all those series, and we just might be there.
Well, that's
but
different.
Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, that's a different thing. Look, to get to this point where you have a 3.7% chance of making it, you've had to go, what is it now? 12-3 your last
Correct.
15?
Correct. Something like that, yep.
Is Kenny yelling at someone? This is great.
Yeah, I think he's yelling at someone.
Can we go live to that? I'd rather hear Kenny.
Yeah.
This is tremendous. I'm kidding. David, I'm kidding. He might curse
I
at
thought he
somebody.
was
Don't
about
do
to
that.
yell again. That's why I did it.
Don't do that.
If they are 3.5 back next week, is there any chance they call up Job?
That's not happening.
No.
I mean, I wish it would, but I don't think that's happening.
No, I think if they're 3.5, they're going to roll with the guys that they have on there, because Job meant your season was over. You can experiment. You can kind of see what you have. It's the same reason why they decided they were going to not shut Skubal down, but less starts.
If we played the White Sox 29 more times, I'd be all in, but that ain't happening. That is from Toro.
Okay. Hey, listen, I don't think there's a wrong answer. Not mad at anybody's answer. I'm just not ready yet. Just, you got it. If they could find a way to win the next 2 against the Angels, set up a series against Boston. And I know most people won't be paying attention because it's football. But
Yeah, and that's what I said. Yeah, you're going to lose. 3.5 is the key, because now that means you're watching every time that the Twins play. Okay, did they lose? Did we win? Are we one step closer? Did we gain a game? Did we gain a half game? So, yeah, because if the Lions come out and do what they're supposed to do, you're all in there.
Yeah, someone texted in October in the D. Can't wait for it.
that didn't answer my question.
No, he's basically saying that, yeah, they're in a race, and it's going to be them, the Lions, and everybody else.
Do me a favor. Just log out of Ticket Text. Let's go to Andrew, 97.1. Andrew, how you doing?
Good afternoon, fellas.
Afternoon, Andrew. What's up?
I'm in agreement. I think they're in a pennant chase. These kids have really played a different brand of baseball over the last month that they weren't playing all season, and they got life with Kerry Carpenter and Jace Jung, and I think that they should treat this Boston series like a playoff series this weekend and call up Jackson Jobe. It's September 1st. The rosters expand. I think it's a great time to do it. And it'll really prove to the fans that they're going to try next year as well.
Well, I think part of the problem is nothing they've done has said that they're trying. And it's almost like the young players have come up, and it's been this happy accident where, wait, we were waving the white flag, but you guys don't know any better. But I don't think they're going to do it. I'm with you, though, Andrew. Think about the electricity if Jobe was called up. It won't happen. They've said now for months he's going to pitch in AAA before he comes here. Which I'm with you, Andrew. If you were actually going to try to make the playoffs, it would be all hands on deck. And even if Jobe gave you 3 innings every 5 days, it's all hands on deck. Mm-hmm. But until they show that, that's also, I admit it, Andrew, that's another reason I have a hard time buying in. What?
No. It might. What you're saying makes sense. It's just, man,
what?
I'm just angry because you think of all the games they just gave away.
Okay. See now. No.
I didn't want to say this, but you kept saying what? Sound like a broken owl. No, that's not allowed, David, because I didn't want to say it. But Mike kept saying,
what? It's allowed. You said it.
No,
it's
say
allowed.
it. What? Say it. What? It's
allowed.
Can I get that in the sandbox, please?
Sure.
I need that. That's tremendous. 248-539-9797.
So yeah, next time, just let me have my thoughts.
That's fair. Let's go to Dave, 97.1. Dave, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Dave. What's up?
Hey, I think if the Tigers and AJ himself would be more interested in chasing the pennant if they had moved Skubal to once a week status pitching. I mean, theoretically speaking, Montero should pitch today and Skubal should pitch tomorrow, but they're doing that. We're going to keep his arm rested for 1 week at a time. I mean, one pitching turn at a time. I think that when they tell me that, I'm trying to get my best pitcher to pitch more than once a week, then we'll be more interested.
Yeah, look, again, I mean, I don't want to be repetitive. I agree with you. It's everything they're doing says we're not trying to make the playoffs. And look, the Skubal thing is one of those decisions. I mean, AJ said it, we're mindful. We're going to give him more rest between starts. It's going to cost you a couple starts by the end of the year. Yeah. Those are a couple of games, meaning if you finish 2.5 games out of the wild card and you begin spacing Skubal starts out and he misses multiple turns in the rotation, that in essence is the difference between making it and not.
Man, wouldn't it be nice if the Tigers and the fan base could all be on the same page and we just all thought the same? And just think how nice the season would be.
I mean, it'd be fun, that's for sure.
But you're right. Do they believe they're in a playoff chase?
I mean, the young players don't know any better.
Right.
So why not? These young pitchers, a lot of these guys are fighting for their professional career. These guys are nobodies. I don't say that disrespectfully. Right. It's not like you're bringing up guys with pedigree who are going to be here when the team's ready to win. These guys are farmhands, pitching-wise.
Right.
They don't know any better. Who's going to tell them? So if they believe, that's all that matters. But yeah, of course I'm bitter towards the organization because if you're going to get,
what I mean, not the players, but the organization. Just like, guys, you're actually winning. Okay, I know you want to sit here and act like we're still years away. You're not.
I find it very hard to believe they will continue to not skip Skubal but delay Skubal. If we're sitting here on Tuesday after Labor Day and they're 3 games out of a wild card. You mean to tell me Tarek Skubal doesn't want that ball every 5th day? Of course he does. Mm-hmm. That's where I'll find it hard to believe when we're sitting here, if we get to a point that they're in a series with a shot to claim a spot, that you're not going to pitch him on normal rest? That's very, I would be astonished at that decision.
That sounded better live.
I really like that. That's tremendous. I'm going to need that on the board. I'm going to need that. 248-539-9797. We'll get more of your calls coming up next. 97.1. All right, summer, it's here. sort of, if we escape the windstorms of last night. But your schedule's busy. You want to get dinner on the table, or maybe you're just ready to settle in for some football tomorrow night. Hungry Howie's has got you covered. Their best deal of summer. Any large pizza, $14.99, limited time only. That includes the summer specialty pizzas, the pickle bacon ranch or the backyard burger. You can pick up either of those or any. Large pizza, $14.99 each. Your choice of flavored crust. HungryHowies.com. You can download that app and get your order started right now. Limited time only at Hungry Howie's. You know, I got to tell you something. We're going to get back to the calls in a second, but David, I don't know a delicate way to put this. Rico has just shown me a picture of the item that Caleb Williams has bought his offensive lineman. You know, you've heard of quarterbacks buying the O-line scooters or golf carts or Rolexes or different things. Now, I don't know what the item is supposed to look like. Rico tells me it is a pendant. Is that correct? It is a necklace? Or is it a handbag?
It's a pendant.
Okay, it's a pendant. I can just tell you it looks like Caleb Williams bought his offensive lineman a nutsack. That does not look
This
like a hard pendant. It looks like nuts.
This cannot be real.
That if you're showing me what you showed me and you said, Mike, what does this look like? I hesitated from blurting it out.
Right.
But then once I realized you were thinking the same thing, it felt like a safe space where I went, well, it looks like a ball sack. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Kenny, are you looking at this?
It doesn't look like it could be anything else possibly.
There
than
you
that.
go. Why don't you throw these cool yuns around your neck? I mean,
It's like
what?
the ones that people hang off the back of their trucks.
Yes. What? That's why would you just not buy them a watch?
I'm going to be
safer.
honest. During the break, I looked through the glass and I looked at the computer because he was showing you something. And I told Kenny, what is Rico showing Mike? What is going on here? Yeah, that's what it looks like.
He was showing me his last visit to the dentist.
This can't be real. This cannot be real.
Rico,
Cannot be real.
Who's reporting it? It
No,
has to be real.
No, that's what I'm about to check to see because this can't be real.
I will just tell you, I don't know what his intent was. I can only speak to if you receive that, you would go, well, listen, I appreciate the gesture, but no to this.
Now I'm thinking this wasn't real. No, I'm going to stand on no.
Okay.
Not real.
If that were real, I can only tell you what the necklace looks like. And that would just not be something I would purchase. And I will leave it there. Thank you for sharing with the classroom. David, ticket text, because it wouldn't be fair to go to a caller right after that conversation. I'll let you read a few of these, and then we'll go to the phone.
I'm loving watching these kids have success. I do think it's a little too late, though. I just hope to God that Scooble gets to beat the O's twice. That is Jeremy. Guys,
Why is that, like a faux revenge thing or
I think
something?
that's what that is, yeah. Guys, they don't have a chance. Both Green and Carpenter are going to get hurt again.
No.
Then it's over. Can't trust those two. That is from Pete and Manistee.
I'm not going to put that evil on those two. Come on now.
And then from Eli, AJ needs real consideration for manager of the year. 3 months of only 2 starters to end this year is unheard of. If he's even slightly above 500, he should finish top 3.
Look, guys, you could make the case. I'm not going to argue. I go a different direction. I get it. It's a lot like when you talk about MVP and you're like, look, this guy is having an amazing season and he's on a terrible team. I don't know. Maybe.
Mike in Seattle says, agree. 21-8 is key. Don't think they make it, though. I will believe they are serious if they call up Job. Else, it's been fun, no matter what.
It's just not. I just don't think it's happening. It would fly in the face of everything they've talked about this year.
Yeah.
Are you okay over there?
Job means that the season just you didn't have a good weekend.
You got any more player gifts you want to show me?
No.
All right.
I don't think this is real.
David, that's why I said this
Can't be.
this
Can't
can't
be.
be real.
Can't be.
No. So I'm looking to see
He needs a refund on that purchase.
credible people saying
Okay.
this. And
Well, we didn't report it as news.
Right.
I'm reporting it as what Rico showed me. If you had that on your bingo card today, congratulations, you've won, and we appreciate you playing. Let's go to Andrew, 97.1. What's up, Andrew?
Hey there. My thought on this pennant chase, if we want to call it that, the young kids don't know what they don't know. Does that make sense? I got
Yes.
back and forth with Kenny on explain that. I can't say what I want to say, but
What do you mean?
The young kids don't know what they don't know.
No, they don't know the percentage that of making it to the playoffs or what the math might be. They don't need to. They're out here trying to win a game tonight. That's it.
They're 22, 23, 24, 25. They just want to play baseball. Like, just let them go play baseball.
I'm not stopping them. I'm asking you. Do you think they're gonna get home? Do you think it's a pennant chase?
You nailed the number. I was talking to Father the other night, and I said they need to go 20-10 with 30 games left.
Yeah, it would have to be combined with what they've done to get to this point. They would have to put together a 45-game run where they ended up winning they went 35-10, 34-11. I mean, that is, I don't care who your roster is, Andrew. I don't care if you're the Dodgers, Yankees. Pick a team.
No, and if that's the case,
that's impossible.
If that's the case, and then the Tigers become the one team you do not want to play to start off the wild cards because.
Oh no, I absolutely would. What, are you kidding me?
No, because I mean, like they've been playing playoff baseball for the last month. Like they're red hot. They're ready to go.
Send them to me.
Okay.
Please. Playoffs are a whole different thing.
I understand.
Go ahead.
But I always hate when you have to play the team that's been playing great baseball to get in because they're ready to go. When you've been sitting around for a day or two, you lose that first game.
It's a race, Mike and Rico, if the Tigers can cut it to 3.5 with over 15 games left.
I love hearing the different definitions. That's why that's why this topic's fun. Like, it just, everyone's got their own definition. For me, I'd be all aboard next week if they could take care of business this weekend.
Tigers are already in a pennant chase, or we wouldn't even be talking about it. They are in a race.
Once again, ticket texters make me hate my life. We talked about the Tigers when they were 12 games out. We've talked about I hate ticket texters.
Don and Monroe.
Do you think there's a lower brain power and that's why you text versus call? Is that why ticket texters sound like this? No. Like, I always feel like ticket texters try to sound very authoritative, and yet they're dumber. There's a real issue. I don't know what it is. It drives me nuts. When I talk to people on the phone, they seem rather reasonable. We have a good time. It's always the texters. It always comes back to the texters.
Yeah, because when you're on the phone, you have to. You're part of a conversation. When you're texting, it's like social media. I can say whatever I want, and there's no repercussions.
Well, now we've arrived at why I hate both of those things. Because that's not life.
Okay, but in all actuality, we're not going to lump everybody in there. We love a lot of our ticket texters.
I don't. All right, go ahead.
If they are within 3 with 20 to play, then I would say they're in a race.
Oh, what if it's 3.5? You don't think they're in a race? I mean, come on.
Don Monroe says the Tigers are in a pennant race once their management actually starts to support the winning instead of undermining it.
Don, don't make me sad. I know. He's not wrong. And the closer
You're not gonna
they
play
get,
the drop for him.
What?
The deflator drop for him.
Well, you can't play it for a texter.
You hate him.
Okay, play it. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm good with it. That's fine.
From Jack, given how many games we need to get, we need to win all 10 remaining series, which simply won't happen. Fun to dream, though.
It is fun. Look, win tonight, win tomorrow. Let's set up a big weekend against the Red Sox. Can you do that for me? I mean, the Angels are terrible. They're 25 games under 500. Ron Washington? What, are you kidding me? What?
No,
he's like the Monty Williams of MLB. I mean, come on.
Ron's going to be around for a while, for a long time. He just keeps finding jobs.
He does. It's unbelievable.
I didn't know he was still alive.
Okay. Kenny just killed a manager. 248-539-9797.
Rick just killed a man.
I want to lay low for a while. We've talked about FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Something a little different now through September 22nd. All FanDuel customers bet $5, get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. And with that YouTube TV base plan, you can watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game, and all you'll need is a Google account, current form payment. It's FanDuel.com/ticket. Download America's #1 sports book, 21 and up, present Michigan. First, I can't even speak properly today. I'd like to apologize. Full price of NFL Sunday Ticket will be automatically charged seasonally after free trial. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, let's get a little football in the mix. Take care of some business here. Music, please. Now, what the hell does this music mean? I don't know if this is college or pro. Oh,
It'll be
no.
college.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
David, is he doing one of his receipts things again? Oh,
Yep.
good God. Can I leave? All right, let's do this.
There's the door. You can leave. It'll be the three of us.
SOB. Go ahead.
We're going to do a little college because college football starts this weekend. College starts tomorrow. Michigan State Friday. Michigan Saturday night. So let's do a combination Michigan State Big Ten receipt segment where we kind of predict what the season will entail.
Okay.
Start with Michigan State. Are you gonna do you want to do this, Mike?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm getting my thinking cap on. That's it.
Rushing yards. Nate Carter over under 798.5.
I lean under because I believe they're going to use the kid from UMass, Lynch Adams.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of a combo backfield. 798. I'll go under.
For the record, he had 798 last year.
Right.
So
They also had no legitimate complimentary back because Jalen Berger blows.
I'm sure Rico's setting us all up for several rakes here. I will also take the under with Mike.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under as well.
I just think it's a two-back system.
Yeah, it's a better back behind him this year.
I think it's a two-back system, but I think you have better linemen, and I think they're going to focus more on the running game. So I'm going to go slightly over.
Bitch, set me up. You believe this guy?
What?
He puts the low total out there thinking we'd all go over. We go under, he goes over.
Are you new to this? This is what he's done every single
know.
receipt segment, maybe ever.
I know. It's terrible.
You do realize combine passing and rushing touchdowns for Aiden Childs this year, over under 24.5.
Over. I think there's an opportunity to grab 4 or 5 on the ground, and if he can't throw 19 touchdowns in the air, then MSU will go 0-12. I'll go over.
I'll take the role as a deflator. Like I told you earlier, I'm not so sure with all these new things Michigan State has, their offense is going to run the touchdown play as many times as you like.
No, Kenny, no.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm also going under.
You're the bad person.
Mike, I'll go over because you're right. It basically boils down to 2 touchdowns a game. Can he account for that for the 12 games?
If he doesn't, we're going to win this.
Yeah, then Kenny's right. And then Kenny can hold the receipts. More rushing yards, Jack Velling, Nick Marsh. Passing yards. More receiving yards.
Oh, Velling.
Velling or Nick Marsh?
I'll take the veteran. I'll take the safety outlet. I'll take the NFL tight end over a true freshman receiver. A talented one, but still a true freshman receiver.
Everything Mike just said, completely agree.
Of course. That's what we do on this show.
Oh, for God's sake.
Nope, I'm going Marsh.
Get out. Well, you know what, David? We'll go to the Tecumseh area together. I'm going to go Marsh as well.
Okay.
I think that Velling will get more receptions, but I think Marsh will have more big plays.
I hope you're right because I hate our receivers. So that would be an exciting moment for me.
MSU makes a bowl game. Yes or no?
Oh, hell. This is terrible. Oh, no. Go ahead, Kenny.
No.
Yeah. I feel good doing that.
No.
David?
I'm also going no.
Okay. But I'm the deflator.
If they go 5-7, I'm going to be so annoyed. I have to say yes because no just makes me want to rage. I'll say yes out of pure spite.
I'm going to say yes as well. Finally, this one is for you, Mike. Over under the amount of points that Michigan State will score combined when they play Ohio State and Oregon within a 6-day window. 19.5.
Under. I truly think we will lose those games by a combined 82-3. Those two teams terrify me.
You see, it's 19.5. Okay.
Under.
This ain't 30-something. This is 19.5.
I'll
Can
go
they
under.
score 3 touchdowns in 2 games?
Under.
No. Where we got to clip that? Do we have? Let's get that. Go ahead.
I'm going to go over. They can get to 3 touchdowns.
Wow. I'm going to go under.
Oh, good. I'm not being negative. That's positive.
No, I think they get crushed. Who will be the quarterback for the Ohio State game for the University of Michigan? Who's going to be the starting QB?
Oh, shout out RG3. There's an orgy in the end zone. Orgy. Better physical talent, higher ceiling. I just have a hard time believing Davis Warren is going to be that guy. I'll go Orgy.
Yeah, I'll go Orgy too. By the way, this is the definition of a coin flip. You know that, right? It could be literally anybody right now.
Yeah, but I mean, Kenny, he's setting us up to look bad.
I understand.
That's all this segment is. It's called Rico Makes You Look Like a Bleep Hole. Music, please.
I'm going to go with Davis Warren.
Why? You sounded so depressed saying that.
Because
you have fancy glasses on.
I don't believe in Davis Warren, but I do believe that they believe in Davis Warren. They're giving him a shot. He should not have a shot, but he does. I think he'll end up being a starter at Ohio State game.
Okay.
I'm going off the books. I'm going Jack Tuttle.
Whoa.
I think they both wash out.
And collectively, the entire Michigan audience, no. Tuttle? Oh, my God. No,
Tuttle's the safety valve. Like, he's the one that you know.
Okay, on what? A toilet?
No. He's not great, but he's not completely horrible. We can win. We lean on the defense. Wow. Don't turn the ball over.
Wow. Okay.
Michigan will win 9 or more games this year. Yes or no?
I'm going to say yes. I think they're a 9-3 football team. I'll say yes.
Yes.
No, they win 8.
David, you are going to be excommunicated from the flock.
I'm also going to have a horrible football season all the way around.
At least I was going to say 8-4 as well, Davis, so we're not alone. Donovan Edwards, over under the amount of touchdowns scored, 13.5.
I'll be honest. I'll say under. He has not shown a propensity to stay healthy.
And originally that number was 18.5, and I'm like, nah, that's too high.
And won't they put Mullings in?
Yeah.
Who's a battering ram? I don't know. Guy had 375 yards last year. We're acting like he's Walter Payton. I'll go under.
I think he'll have a better year than he did last year. He can't be worse, right? But I think it'll be a Barry Sanders thing where he gets them close. But
and touchdown Tommy Vardell steals them?
They will take him, yeah.
So you're going under. Kenny?
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it with health, and he's never been a primary back that's done a majority of the carries, so I'll say under.
Well, I'm going to go over. I think that he will get to 14, and you'll hear Stoney yelling out touchdown later.
He sets us up every time.
How am I setting you up?
Just read
You
your
know
cards.
I could be wrong, and you 3 could be right. You
Yeah,
do
but
realize that, right?
You cheat. You designed this damn thing.
So I'm Vegas? Is
I
what
don't
you're
know.
saying?
Just keep reading.
Will Johnson interceptions over under 3.5.
I mean, this is the highest compliment possible. Under, because I don't think anyone's going to throw at him. I'm not being insulting
You're
in any
exactly
way.
right. They won't throw to his side.
If they don't throw to you, how does one intercept the ball?
Yeah, I'm with them. Under.
I'll say over.
Kenny, you're setting us up.
Doesn't
setting
count
us up,
when
Kenny.
does it.
It's under. I'm with you. I just don't think you throw to his side of the field.
And you don't have
maybe somebody will challenge him, like Oregon will, and then that's how he gets like an interception or 2. But to get 4 means that you got a lot of foolish offensive coordinators out there. All right. Nebraska wins 9 or more games in the Big Ten.
I'm out.
You going under?
I'm going under because all they've done is hurt me. And I have a real problem with a true freshman quarterback running an up-tempo RPO scheme. That's really hard to do.
Okay.
I think they'll win games, but 9?
9 is going to be a lot.
That's
for
a
this
lot.
conference.
Yeah. I don't trust their
have
offensive
a
line
very
yet.
easy schedule, just so you know.
And that's why I'm going, yes, they win 9.
Kenny's going to David, I'm with you. I do think they get to 9.
Unbelievable.
Big Ten champion.
Yeah.
Who's going to be?
Oregon. I think they're the most complete team. They've got an SEC O-line and D-line. Great skill players. It's now or never for Dan Lanning. Phil Knight ain't playing around. He don't know if he's waking up tomorrow. He wants to win.
Oregon's the newcomer. I have Ohio State here.
Well, you're wrong, Kenny, because it's going to be Oregon.
Jeez.
Kenny, I'm with you.
Wow.
I'm going OSU.
He set us up again, David.
Mike, this is a Mike Valenti question. Better record at the end of the year, Indiana or Rutgers?
You attacked both teams I like this year.
Who cares?
You know,
What is it?
Kenny,
Who is this question for?
you know what, Kenny?
This is where I'll be SEC scumbag.
Hey, you know what? Why don't you go get the tub of pretzels and do a different show? I'm going to select Rutgers. They don't play 5 of the top 6 teams in the conference. They have a rock-solid defense. Get yourself some Monangai. Give me Rutgers.
I'm taking Vanderbilt. I'm punting to the SEC.
You can't. Wow. You got to pick one. Come on. They're both going to be good.
Rutgers.
They're both going to be good.
Indiana.
Kurt Signetti. Look me up.
Indiana
I win
as well. Final, real quick. Big Ten playoff teams over under 3.5.
Under.
It'll be 3, so under.
Yeah. It will be 3, so under.
Oh, I'm going to go over, guys.
Under.
All right. We didn't get set up on the last one.
97-1.
So we got a couple interesting notes. First of all, if you want to hear Tigers, Odyssey.com Rewind. We'll get back to them in the 5 o'clock. We got some college football to talk about, including our series. I've tried to, after burning Rico to the ground about how much he's ruined college football, in the past weeks, we have done a number of topics showcasing the things I still like about college football. We're going to have another one of those segments at 4:15, but one segment, David, no. Listen. Right, exactly. I need you focused. Kenny, focused. People, I won't bother. Listen, something or nothing. We always play this game. I want to read a quote, and I want you to tell me if it's something or nothing. You will not be made fun of, regardless of what your answer is. But Michigan has been so defiant throughout. Ward Manuel actually spoke today, and he was addressing the ferocity of the fight against the NCAA. I want to know if, in Ward's words, this is something or nothing. It's not a high-stress question. Is everyone ready? I want to read this to you. Well, first of all, we're going to fight when we need to fight, but also we're going to, where we've made mistakes, admit to them and deal with it, Ward Manuel said. And so I don't want people to think because we don't talk about it publicly, and I can't, that we're not going to fight for what we think is right for the University of Michigan and for the people that are here. We are. When I ask, is it something? Does that not feel like Ward is walking it back a little? I don't feel like he wore his amicus briefs. I don't feel like he was ready to fight with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind, like we've heard in the past, the very haughty bet, or, us against all, or we will not stand for this. We're going, where we have made mistakes, we're going to admit to them and deal with it. I have never heard U of M say that. Something or nothing. And if it's nothing, cool. I'm asking. You want to let the Michigan fan go
I was
first?
about to say, I'm going to let David go first.
It's something. It is.
You say that in my good ear?
It's something. It is definitely the opposite of Muhammad Ali trash talking before a fight. He's backing down and saying, you know what? Yeah, when we need to fight, we'll fight. But it doesn't seem like they have a need to fight.
Can I ask a more detailed question?
Sure.
And it's all conjecture. We're having fun. Nobody get bent out of shape. You think this is a result of him actually seeing the notice of allegation?
I do, because he goes on to continue to say that if you do something wrong, you go against the rules, that we need to admit it and move forward. Yes.
Also,
yes,
he has a line in here about, following the rules that we agreed to follow, i.e., you agree to be a member institution of the NCAA.
It's easy to fight and be all big and bad until you see what they have on you.
Yeah, here, let me read it. Can I read? I apologize. Let me just read the section he's referring to, and then this will give the even better picture. But at the same time, we have to understand if we do things against the rules that we know are against the rules, we need to admit to it, move forward, and deal with it. And so there's a duality. There is a sense that you have a responsibility to adhere to rules that we say we are going to participate in. But when it gets to a point where we feel like it is over the top or we need to fight, we will. I'm asking.
I think it's something. I think it's something for a couple of reasons.
Sparty.
One, he says this stuff on an Ann Arbor station, which means it's his safe space. You would think if there was any time to kind of flex, that would be the time because of your audience. He's like, okay, guys, no, just wait. The other thing, Mike, it's as you like to say, the quiet part out loud. They know what this is. They know what the penalties are. Nothing has been leaked out. If this was the nothing burger that we were told it was, somebody would have said, hey, look, here's what the penalties are going to be.
With all the plants they have in the media?
Here's what the penalties are going to be. Radio silent.
Listen,
and then for him to say, We'll deal with it when we deal with it is kind of I know what's about to happen, but I don't want to ruin Christmas for you. Opening day. Let's go out there. Let's celebrate our national championship. Let's get the rings because you don't want to know what's going to happen next.
He goes back to it a third time. I didn't even see this. There are times we're going to battle, but there are also times we're just going to say we were wrong. We did it. And that's the piece. That's the duality we have to have. We can't just do it publicly. That
it's
feels
a different
like
tone.
A little bit of a seat change. No?
A different tone. It's
Just
definitely.
I'm asking if it's something or nothing.
It feels like it's a horror movie, and Ward knows what's behind that door. You don't, because you're about to open it, but he does. So, yeah.
We actually, now this is interesting. He was asked, what was your reaction when you first opened and received the notice of allegations? We have that.
Can't believe I actually.
Rico is sitting there like, oh, what do we have?
Okay, we got the.
Rico actually thought we had sound of that.
What's next? Jennifer Coolidge. Okay.
Double dipping.
I'm like, wait a minute. Mike's over here whispering, like, oh, okay.
Hi, Kenny. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You imagine?
That's
First
Kenny
opens up
whenever
that
that
envelope.
Whenever he hears
Oh,
Jennifer
man, I'm
Coolidge.
sorry. I know I'm a horse's ass, everybody. I apologize. David, a few ticket texts. But no, it was interesting to read it, and I want to just get your guys' opinion. It felt a little different. Maybe we're reading way too much into it. Totally plausible. But on the heels of the notice of allegations on an Ann Arbor station, respectfully, it is a safe space. That doesn't feel like someone that is resolute, F them all, we will not stand for. That doesn't sound that way. Now, after you've received the notice of allegation with the headline, continued culture of noncompliance, I wonder if this is a part of the, quote, healing process. I don't know. Just seemed interesting.
Because to me, the more interesting thing is the penalties haven't been leaked out. Because I got to think that if it was really
good for them,
yeah,
it would have.
We would know.
Sure, and they have all the bought and paid for media they'll ever need to conveniently leak it out. It could still happen.
It could, but
unless
to me, it just seems like we would have already known instantly. Okay, here's what it's going to be. So before all you people think that we're going to get the death penalty, we're not.
No, that's
no. I'm just saying. But to me, whatever punishment is being proposed is something they don't want, they don't like. But it sounds like Ward is saying, okay, the other guy is gone. If we would have just accepted the punishment last year, we wouldn't be in this situation. So we're going to be adults about this. We're going to take the punishment this year and not drag this thing.
You know the problem, though? It's almost like Ward is set up to fail here. Yeah. Because any penalty they accept, he'll be the fall guy.
Yep.
He's already vilified by most Michigan fans because him and Harbaugh didn't really get along. He can deny that as much as he wants.
Santa Ono will be taking him out on a sailboat or a canoe in the middle of the lake.
Is Santa Ono going to be there?
Santa will be there.
Okay. Bet.
Where's he going? He's like the biggest fan.
If this is bad and you were the face of this with your ridiculous...
Okay, power rank this. Santa Ono, Connor Stallions, or the prosecutor. What's his name?
Eli Savage?
Yeah, Savage. Like, biggest fanboy.
Oh, wow.
That's wild.
That's push. I mean, that's...
Connor, I guess? I don't know.
I got another for you. I'm just saying, if the scandal's bad, if it goes down that way, and you're out there in a Michigan sweatshirt and doing the whole public negotiations with Harbaugh, and you bet this and bet that, I don't know. Wouldn't you just clean house?
No, because you're going to say, well, I didn't know what was going down. I was told this.
Hey, a great man who wrote a very, very important book about leadership told me, you don't get to say I don't know. His name was Glenn Bo Schembechler, so I don't want to hear that mess.
You know what? In honor of that, Mike, we should go smash Buckeyes.
That's right. Bo's Lasting Lessons on Leadership. Go read it. Very powerful book. David, anything?
To your point on Ticket Text, someone says, I bet that the NOA includes the potential of vacating a title. Now Manuel has to play nice.
Yeah, if it includes that, I can just tell you his immediate inner monologue. Let us have our fun. Our team stinks. Leave me alone. All right. Up your summer road trip game or Buick GMC. Family, road trips, football games. Maybe you're heading out. Do whatever you like. 24 GMC Sierra 1500, $247 a month, 24 months. Elevate your tailgating this year. 24 Buick Encore GX, $246 a month, 39 months. New stock arriving daily. And they'll have the vehicle you're looking for, and including Yukon Denali's. They are back in stock. It's on Telegraph, just north of Eureka and Taylor, or visit them online anytime at moranexpress.com. All right, so ticket texts are apparently off the chain, my favorite people. So we can do one segment of feedback on what we just talked about, and then we'll do our mascot draft. We're going to have some fun with college football. Get to the Tigers at 5. If you missed anything, Odyssey.com rewind. David, go ahead. You said the computer almost exploded with the amount of feedback. How did we anger people now?
Oh, no, you didn't anger people. Someone says it's nothing. Ward Manuel is an idiot and a puppet. Jeez.
How do you really feel?
It's absolutely nothing. I don't take anything from what Ward says. Another person says key words in that. Quote, fight for those that are here, a.k.a. not Harbaugh. Mm-hmm. Matt in Ypsilanti. It sounds like Ward knows his professional career is on the line, and that's why he's talking this way. Mark in St. Louis. And then this one's for you, Mike. Mm-hmm. I hate you, Mike. No, that was hilarious, though. Go blue. Go blue.
I'm sorry. I was more setting up Rico than you.
It's nothing. He's focused on the season. You guys are playing word salad with what he said.
Okay, hold on. Just so we're clear, I didn't edit anything he said. I just read it. You could say it's nothing, but word salad.
It's not word salad because, as I stated, he's in a safe space. He's in an Ann Arbor radio station, so you would figure this is the chance to kind of calm the masses. Hey, guys, I know a lot of things are out there. Don't worry about it. We got this. He didn't go that route.
Correct. Someone says Ward was probably good and might be still good with a proposed punishment and will admit to something it was Jim who isn't there to argue. That changes everything.
I totally agree with that. I think if Ward would have gotten his way, that this wouldn't be a topic right now. Michigan would have served some type of a penalty last year, and we move on. But I think he was outvoted 2-1. I think that Santa and Harbaugh were like no and no.
Or they perhaps such as David's new drop. It's totally stupid, but it works. Go ahead, David.
Someone says, I really want to know what is in the NOA. I am shocked that it hasn't been leaked out.
But
yet.
you have to listen to what Rico was saying. As much as you hate Evil Sparty over there, if it was good news, you don't think the amount of bathwater drinkers that school has in the media wouldn't be all too happy to have that?
To put their name behind it. I'm hearing it's not going to be this, it's not going to be that, but instead, nothing.
Because why do we hear about I'm talking about the other case, the cheeseburger
Right.
case. We heard about that stuff coming out because it was leaked out. Michigan people put that out there because they thought it was nothing
Correct.
burger, people.
Right. And now no one has anything. It's just
Yet. But again, my guess would be when you talk about, like, it's not like the NCAA sends you one envelope and one copy. You know, you could see 10, 12, 15 copies on a departmental level to all of the people in play. So, yeah, I would believe if this thing truly was delivered on Sunday, if there was good stuff to come out where they're like, all right, we can get ahead of this, it would be out. That's how 2024 generally works. It's not always that way, but I'm not going to fight Rico on that. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Am I allowed to agree with him?
well, you actually gave me the opinion, so don't worry about it.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Someone's going the opposite way on this. They're saying no news on the NOA must be good news. Go blue.
Well, how does that work?
I don't understand how he thinks that.
I'm asking. That's not me attacking.
I would say no news is not good news.
Wait a minute. Is it going to be a debt storm again today while we're live on the air?
It's not that, but it's going to be a storm.
Ay.
No, I think the rain. I thought the rain is going to be north of us.
Well, we got clouds, so I don't know. Maybe it already fell. We'll see. Dennis NAP says, I think he is saying they are going to cooperate because they know the penalties won't be very harsh. The part about fighting when they need to fight is all about for show because he knows they will not need to fight.
That's so. Man, you got to be Simone. You got to be Simone Biles to work your way through that gymnastics.
Whew.
All right, that's fine. My goodness. He's doing this because of this. He's doing that because of that. But it's the inverse of this. Cube that. I'm like, okay.
Someone says, what do you mean? We already have the draft. Thamos said it was mostly unchanged.
Yeah, mostly is not totally. And second of all, did you ever get the true details in there?
Right. Did they say what the punishment was going to be in that draft?
Plus, by the way, I thought you guys hated Pete Thamel. Now you want to use him to help you? You guys hate Thamel.
Oh, you're right about
that,
the
death
Mike.
threats.
Someone says, no, Mike, not a death storm, but it will storm tonight, this evening.
Tremendous. Just please, more trees coming.
So the Tigers will have another 3-hour rain delay? That was just spiteful.
You are bad. You are bad.
Someone says, this is a breath of fresh air to hear Ward talk like this because I don't want him to fight. I want him to just take the punishment and move on.
Say it.
I think that's what Ward wants to do. I think Ward realizes the only way to get this thing over is let's just not let this drag out into the next season, because if you fight this thing, it'll turn into a 3-year story. So I think he just wants it to be done. Oh, by the way.
Yeah, buddy.
Maybe the Lions have found their third receiver. They've signed somebody to the practice squad.
Tim Patrick?
No. Allen Robinson.
Oh, no, David, hit it. Hit it. The guy can't run. He has been washed for 3 years. He couldn't make the Giants. No, to Allen Robinson. No. I disagree.
Well, he's on the practice squad.
I tried that already.
Hit it, David.
He's one injury away.
I can't. I hate him. No. Not Allen Robinson. Not Allen Robinson.
I will say this about Allen Robinson, because when he signed with the Steelers last year, I wanted to have hope. And I told Michael.
And what did I say?
I said, yeah, he's going to do something for my team. And you told me.
And what I said was, God.
He was trash. So, no.
Not Mother Nature. Father Time is caught up. He's done. Oh, man. Allen Robinson.
What has the practice squad become? What is this? Allen Robinson.
Yeah, you heard that too.
No,
Okay.
no.
You heard that too. Okay. What does it become?
I hate this building.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, one more, and then we got to get to our college. We have another little draft segment for college football we're going to do.
Yeah, someone else says, yes, I am extremely ecstatic to hear Ward Manuel talk this way. I just hope they actually don't fight.
We'll see.
Okay.
It'd be a seed change. All right. Something I still love about college football. We're going to have one of our wacky drafts next, 97.1. Companies advertising BOGO on AC and furnaces. There's nothing that's truly free. If you want a real deal, you go to Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Got you covered 24/7. Locally owned for over 40 years, and they back their work with a 5-year warranty. Mastercraft, your one-stop shop for heating, AC, plumbing, and electrical. They'll be in any price. And now, high-efficiency AC and furnace, you bundle them, you save up to $2,000. Great same-day service as well. Just visit mastercraftheating.com. Odyssey.com rewind. You missed anything? Tigers, we covered it. Is it a playoff chase yet? We gave you some of the math. If you want to go hear that, it's available now. We are going to get into some college football here. Rico, by the way, Kenny and David was just having a nervous breakdown imagining if he was stuck in a space station during the commercial break.
You'll be okay if you're in there. You'll be all right.
No, I said I would just stay there because all the attempts to try to get me keep failing.
Okay.
So
this is what
the
my
rest
life
of
is
your
during
life.
commercial breaks, David. This is what I listen to.
well, you want to talk about what I listen to in commercial breaks?
Well, first of all, I was preparing for our our celebration festival of college football continues because we have the day game tomorrow, and Friday it's our college football kickoff luncheon. It's going to be a ton of good stuff. The picks, Michigan and Michigan State stuff. We are doing our mascot draft today because I know I complain a lot about where college football is at. However, there are still plenty of things I do like. And we have tried to celebrate some of those in the past couple of weeks. We're going to do it again today. Now, here's the way we're going to do this. And then I've got some Lions things I want to bring up. Any Division I mascot. It can't be 1AA. Don't be getting cutesy and drafting Louis the Laker. Grand Valley is not eligible. This is Division I, and it's football.
Okay. Does it have to? Can it be like an animal?
Yes, it is
Okay.
the physical mascot of the school.
Okay.
What it can't be is a picture.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I have this logo on a hat. That's not what this is.
So it can be an actual animal.
Any actual physical specimen that represents a college football program. Yes.
Okay.
Either
That was
human.
my biggest question.
Yeah, no, and you're good.
Oh.
So we are going to do this. Now, is Evan joining us? I know he's knee-deep in video. He is.
No, he's out.
We've provided Evan with a lot of content to edit. So, all right, it'll be the four of us. But I'm excited because I have a power ranking here I've made, and I'm hoping I can walk away with some of my premium selections. And then we'll let the people decide, and what did we miss and not, etc. So
I do have the draft order, so we can prepare.
Let me hear this before I bring up a quick Lions note. What's the order?
Mike, you are number 1.
Wow.
He always
I drafted last when we did our college football traditions draft.
Right, either first or last. I'm third. Let me guess.
You are third. I am number 2. Kenny is last. It's just how it got drawn out the hat.
Of course.
Remarkable. Okay. I'm excited. Now, listen, here's the thing. Kenny drafted last both times, I think. No, it's the turn that helps.
Right. And
he
that's what I'm
gets the
saying.
double dip.
Either I like first or I like last. I'm always at third. Thanks, David.
Question Lions-wise. Yesterday we talked about, hey, they need a third receiver. DPJ was let go. Well, here's their answer to things. DPJ's now in the practice squad, and they brought back, and I don't know what you think of this guy or if you care at all, former Broncos wide receiver Tim Patrick. You comfortable with the two options they're going to roll with? I mean, dependable would be a word I'd use, right?
Allen Robinson, yeah.
No.
You didn't mention him, I noticed.
I refuse to. Allen Robinson has been done for years, plural. But no, I wanted to know if that was enough to get us to the trade deadline.
I think so.
Okay. Me too. They
mean,
brought bodies in.
I mean, realistically speaking, Jahmyr Gibbs is your third receiver. That guy that you're like, oh, we need this guy. It's him and Jamo. Because I look at Amon-Ra and I look at Laporta as 1 and 2. You can live with those 4 guys. If you can't win there, then you got bigger problems.
True. The other note today was interesting is obviously you've let go of Nate Sudfeld. Hendon Hooker's your backup. Look, there's a situation with the Cleveland Browns. They've got a couple of guys available for trade. They're trying to find a home for either Jameis Winston or Tyler Huntley. I don't think the Lions will be involved in that. But I wanted to at least throw it out there for you because a lot of people obsess about the backup quarterback. I don't. If Jared Goff gets hurt, we're dead. There's our season. I don't think any backup, Hendon Hooker included, is going to save you. Now, in a game, in a quarter, here's what I'll trust. No matter who your backup is, as long as it wasn't Nate Sudfeld, Ben Johnson is smart enough, and they will have
a dumbing down of plays.
And I hate to say a package because that's very like college-y to say that,
but I think that's fair. That, you know what? We're going to dumb this. And I'm not saying that the quarterback is dumb, but we're going to water this down.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Run these basic plays. Do me a favor. Don't think. Do what I say.
David, take a text, and then we're going to get in and have some fun here with some college football. Go ahead.
Someone says you have to take the Oregon Ducks, Sparty, Uga, and Smokey in the first 4. Okay.
Listen. I have part of how I'm drafting is I want my mascots to be able to kick your ass. Like you cannot draft the inflatable sex doll known as Herbie the Husker. You ain't beating anybody up with that inflated creep in a balloon.
What about the Stanford tree?
Also, pure idiocy. Like, I am drafting based on I want to have some level of can win street fight. Like, I'm not interested in drafting mascots that are just going to get dump trucked on the regular.
So you're not going for cutesy.
There's the ability to have a blend, but I feel like where I lean, what I value in mascots, there's got to be a level of ferocity, doesn't there?
Go after the Monopoly man.
Like, look at Purdue Pete.
Demon Dinkin.
Who's Purdue Pete hurting? The guy wears sweatpants.
But maybe that's to distract you, man. He's got the muscles and the big head. So
okay, I hate him. I hate Purdue Pete.
Purdue Pete or Herbie the Husker.
Love Purdue Pete.
Oh, Purdue Pete. Herbie the Herbie Husker thing's the worst thing in college football. It's horrifying.
Especially when he goes upside down and bounces on his head. That's just creepy. Nightmare fuel.
Yes. It's like the Don Beebe highlight from my childhood, and you're like, this dude's going to break his neck.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. Listen, are you guys ready? Have you formulated your lists? We'll get into it next. If you want Tiger baseball, hit the rewind button. We gave expansive coverage on that. I am fascinated. And there could be a trade in the midst. There could be a draft pick traded. We will discuss. 97.1. Song's a complete disgrace. 5 o'clock. You want Tiger Baseball? Odyssey.com rewind. We are in the mood for college football. 48 hours away. State will play. Michigan plays Saturday night, NBC against Fresno. We are trying to build Rico back up after a spring and summer of being bludgeoned for ruining this sport. We celebrate the things we still enjoy. This edition, the mascot draft. David, yes. All right. I have to tell you, I don't know that Curb Your Enthusiasm is appropriate for this.
I was about to say, yeah, I figured like some college football music.
Remix. We respect mascots. If this were our most hated or idiotic ones, I think this would work. We want real college football music. All right. With the first pick in the 2024 ridiculous mascot draft, I want to select a regal beast, an animal with a short lifespan, all heart. You know a mascot's good when they need their face rolls cleaned. I'm taking Uga. Yeah, that's for the other day, Kenny. That's for the other day. Wow. The guy's got an air-conditioned doghouse.
What did Kenny do to you?
The other day in the draft when he took Neck, LSU's song.
Oh.
Now it's payback. I want Uga. I don't care if he's only going to live for 6 years. Wow. Over to Mr. David Hatchet Man Ho.
Well, this is easy then. I'm going to take Bevo.
The Texas Longhorn.
Yep.
Creepy, powerful.
That's what I need, power. Love that power.
We've heard. Let's go over to Rico Beard.
You know what? Because Kenny's going to try to get you back, I'm going to take Sparty because he's going to try to get you back.
There is nothing more appropriate or predictable than Rico selecting Sparty.
Well, I confer with Evans.
But I will say, Sparty, would you say Sparty's a top 10 mascot?
No, he is.
It is. It's a fun thing.
I'm not talking about the team, but the mascot. Yeah.
Correct. Now, I wish Sparty would wear a T-shirt that says, I hate this team or something. All right. Kenny, you have back-to-back selections.
Yeah, and 2 of the 3 in my top 4 have been taken, so that kind of stinks.
Hate to see it.
But I'm going to go with a power selection for my first pick. Riding onto the field, flaming spear, I'm going to go Florida State.
Now, you really like Chief Osceola.
I really do.
You did this in the traditions draft.
I think I did. You're right.
It's okay. He's
a friend
outstanding.
of mine. And I'm going to go Oregon as my second pick.
You know what I like about that? Not only is it fun, but you get a motorcycle.
100%.
I think having a vehicle that you could run down your opponents in, that's exciting.
I think it's an iconic one.
Osceola and the Oregon Duck. All right. Back to Rico.
You know what? David took Bevo from me. So give me Ralphie.
The Buffalo.
The Buffalo. I hate the team, but I like the mascot.
Good choice.
You know what I always respect? The poor bastards that have got to run that monster onto the field. Mm-hmm. Like, what are they going to do to hold that back?
They are one bad decision away from being a news story.
It's terrifying.
It's like, yep, Ralphie wasn't feeling it today. R.I.P. to the handlers.
You'll see Ralphie tomorrow night, by the way. They're on national TV against North Dakota State. All right. David Hall.
Well, Rico, yeah, you took my next selection. I was definitely going to take him next. So I'll do this. I'm going with the Mountaineer.
You son of a... Dang it. How could you draft Kenny sitting right next to him? First of all, I like it because you get a firearm. Now, I'm not telling you a musket is the most, useful thing in 2024, but
you get one shot.
Good beard. You're getting a rustic character. You feel like the Mountaineer could win a bar fight. I'm with you. I had that on my list. All right, I am going to go. I want to take, in the name of firearms, I will take the Masked Rider from Texas Tech. You get a stallion, you get a loaded gun, you get a cool cape, you look like Zorro. I dig it. And then I want to take, because I don't think it'll be here on the return, give me Oklahoma State's version of Pistol Pete.
Okay.
Again.
Okay.
See, I thought that was going to be your first pick.
I like him. Great beard. Even though his head is made completely of like ceramic, he's got a gun. I need something that can stack up. Like if I have Ralphie charging me, I don't think a revolver is going to do it, but Pistol Pete will have a chance. So I'll take Pistol Pete and the Masked Rider. Mr. Hatchetman.
All right, this is going to piss off Michigan fans.
You don't have a mascot.
But no, right, exactly.
You tried it for like one day.
Oh, you're taking the buck out.
Oh, my God. You're taking Brutus?
I'm taking Brutus.
Oh,
Bro, they're going to murder you.
You are a fake fan.
I'm taking Brutus, man.
They are going to murder you. All right,
David, how about this? I'll give you Sparty and you give me Bevo. So you can really just take them off.
Wow.
Trades here? This is allowed?
You know you want Ugga.
Well, hold on, Rico, your pick is next.
I know. I am going to go with, give me Sebastian, the Ibis.
I love him. With his little Navy hat on.
Yes.
And I know he's a stuffed animal, but he's got good Italian eyebrows. They look angry. It's almost like a unibrow. And birds creep me out. Yeah. That just beak you to death.
And then I found out the Ibis is the first bird to return from a hurricane, the last one to leave. That's why an Ibis is the mascot.
And also,
Shout out to Woody.
The Ibis has a bigger brain than Mario Cristobal. Kenny Cott.
I am first going with, I'm going to go with USC here. I like a good Trojan. And also,
the jokes sometimes write themselves.
I know. I did that one just for David. He can pull that if he wants to.
Traveler is the
Traveler.
name.
Yes, thank you. And I'm terrible.
You don't have
names.
a good Trojan, you will be a traveler.
That is also correct. And
the horse's name is pregnancy.
Okay. Can I get to my second pick, please? No.
Go ahead. What do you got?
This for fun. I actually do really like this mascot. This is simply for whimsy purposes, the ECU Pirate. I love that guy.
His name is Petey the Pirate.
Petey the Pirate.
He's fantastic. Now, useless, because even the sword is made of, like, styrofoam. But it's badass. The striped shirt, ridiculous hat. Petey the Pirate. I love it. Also, shout out Kate Hauser. You're terrible.
I'm going to go with, sticking with the angry mascot theme, I took Sebastian. Give me, Kenny, this kind of goes with yours. Give me Ramses.
Ramses, the
North
UNC?
Carolina, yeah.
Now, here's my question. I know they have the stuffed animal version. Do they still do the real one? The Billy Goat? Or is Navy the only one who does the live little...
I think, yeah. This is just the angry-looking mascot.
It's kind of lacking. He doesn't have a weapon.
Doesn't matter.
All
He's got
right.
horns, Mike.
David.
Well, I know I'm a pastor, so this will make no sense to everyone out there listening, but I am going to take the devil. I love the Blue Devil.
No.
Out of Duke. Yes.
Dude, if you were going to do one, you take Sparky. ASU, the guy carries a trident. Plus the Duke Devil's a nerd. What's he carry? A clipboard? A pocket protector?
A 4.0 GPA. That's what he carries.
What the hell is that guy's name even?
The Blue Devil. That's what they call
He's
him,
got to
right?
have a name. It's got to be like Donnie the Devil or something.
Coach K?
Yes. I really like this team. All right, for my last two picks. No one is going to know this one, but you got to look it up. It's fabulous. From the University of Wyoming, not Pistol Pete, because theirs is welfare. Cowboy Joe. It's a Shetland pony that they run all over the field. He's got on a little jacket, the whole bit. Cowboy Joe is fantastic. Plus, I get another horse in the stable here. And for my last selection, creepy, lifeless serial killer eyes. Lifeless. You look into this guy's soul, there ain't nothing looking back.
The Demon Deacon.
And he rides a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I'll take the Demon Deacon from West Virginia. I've got automotive dominance. I've got firearms. I've got animals. I got Noah's Ark. I got this whole thing covered. Over to David.
All right, so I got to finish strong here. So what I'm going to do here is I will then go Arizona State.
Sparky.
And I'm going to double up with the devil. Sparky the Devil.
You know, would it be frowned upon if a university used Jesus as a mascot?
Well, it was touchdown Jesus, so I guess it's close enough, right?
If you could use the devil, why couldn't you use Jesus? Like if you're Notre Dame, you got Jesus on a building. Why
got
not
a
get
leprechaun, right?
Why not get a guy out there in a robe?
Because nobody protests if you have the devil. You're going to have a ton of protests.
That's true. That is true.
Whoa. I have a building called Touchdown Jesus. We just bring the building to the sideline.
No, Jesus is giving the good word. It just looks like he's saying touchdown.
Then you could put the opponent up on the crucifix when Notre Dame gets a lead.
See, I just like, Kenny, I need you to get the David doubling up with the devil.
I'm just trying to help Notre Dame with some branding opportunities. All right, go ahead.
They got the leprechaun.
Imagine Nike could make the robe, the whole thing. It'd be incredible.
Sandals.
You sell them at the bookstore.
Oh.
Touchdown Jesus slides. The kids will love it. Rico, your next selection.
I am going to go with this screams tough. I think this backs up Ralphie. No. I'm going down to Baton Rouge.
Mike the Tiger?
Mike the Tiger.
Come on with that. Is it
The actual tiger.
in the enclosure? You
Yes.
don't want the stuffed animal.
No, I want
Noted.
the actual tiger to go along with Ralphie.
Kenny, do you remember when LSU used to have the real tiger on the field?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know you can't do it anymore.
So
but
you keep your little bulldog. I got a tiger and a buffalo.
So that actually helps to answer one of my questions because, Mike, you asked him if he wants the mascot or the actual animal. I'm going to take Hairy Dog, the actual Georgia mascot, because that's allowed.
What's Hairy Dog?
The Georgia mascot, the actual mascot with the foam mascot.
Oh, okay? So you want the Sparty version
yes.
of yours?
Yes.
Wait,
you know
that's
what?
the name of the
I
mascot?
just was going to say it. He just educated me.
Yeah.
I never knew the guy had a name. I just thought it was like Welfare Ugga because the real one was chilling in his air-conditioned doghouse.
Iconic mascot. There will be no slander towards Hairy Dog.
Is it iconic if we don't know the name?
It's iconic if he wins back-to-back natties.
Did he, though? I
mean,
didn't see him scoring touchdowns.
Dude, look. He's probably a better driver than the players and doesn't have opposable thumbs. I'll go with Hairy Dog.
I'll allow it.
People, what did we get right? What did we get wrong? The things we love about college football celebration, the mascot draft is complete. 97-1.
Hold on, David. Let's talk about the Chevy dealer in the area that's leading the way. It's Hamilton, Chevrolet, and Warren. Andrew and the sales staff want to be your Chevy dealer. And right now, there's unbeatable deals at Hamilton, including the August Rico deal. There's still a few days left. It's time to check out the all-new 2025 Chevy Trax. The Chevy Trax has been turning heads with the new body design, sleeker and sportier and more stylish than ever. It's the perfect blend of form and function, ready to take on the city streets or just your next adventure. And get this, you can pull off the lot in the Rico deal for just $259 a month. Yes, you heard me correctly. $259 a month for 24 months. You walk in with $995 down. You will drive off with 10,000 miles a year. Hamilton is making it even easier than ever to upgrade your ride. You know the best deals are found at 14 Mile and Mound. Go see my guys at Hamilton for details. More at hamiltonchevy.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
You've heard us talk about David Femininio, injury attorney deluxe. Well, just listen to some of the results David has delivered for his clients. $3.5 million, $5 million, how about $11.5 million? Almost enough to cover Ohio State's NIL. You need an attorney that'll fight relentlessly for you. Call and speak to David right now by calling 855-65-CRASH or go to that website anytime at getdavidgetpaid.com. All right, David, we'll get the feedback. If you want Tiger Baseball, Odyssey.com Rewind. We talked about it. When will this become a pennant chase? Some interesting stats, different things available. We also talked a little Michigan State football in the 2 o'clock. You didn't hear me stutter. It's because we just haven't done it, and you don't know anything about the team. 62 new players, a highly touted but totally unproven quarterback. Is there a chance at Hope this year to have fun, termed 7 or 8 wins? So we've done a lot today. But, David, we're getting a lot of feedback, and you've told me a lot of people are upset with you, and it's going to force me to ask a question. Go ahead. What do people have to say?
Yeah, someone says Brutus and Sparty are great mascots, maybe best in the country. Don't believe the hype about Michigan fans' opinion. Go blue. Then we have this. Brutus, really, David? Shame on you. Matt from Redford.
That was my question. Did David commit a war crime of sorts? You can't select your rival's mascot.
If you like your rival's mascot, it doesn't mean you like the team, but you can sometimes give a tip of the cap, like when Michigan, the all blue uniforms.
Kenny, say exactly what you said to me and say it to him.
Watching that mascot celebrate on the sideline when they score on your ass and break your heart and crush your soul.
Oh, that's right.
I just can't abide that. I can't even look at that mascot.
Okay. Can he
It's
win?
it's not possible for me. It's not feasible. I think David was only kind of messing around when he did it, and if not, shame on David.
Kenny wins.
No, you're right, Kenny. That is the heartbreaker there, where you see them celebrating on the sideline or what. You don't want to ever see that. And yes, I did this. Well, it worked. I'm just going to tell you that it worked. Someone says, doubling down with the devil. We definitely need that as a trop.
Yes.
Cameron in Rochester Hills. Oh, the Florida State pick is elite, though. Both the Native Americans and the horses.
Yes.
Great.
Oh, Osceola's awesome. By the way, that's going to be a very angry fan base early this week. They're at home, conference opener. Not a conference opener, excuse me, a back-to-back ACC game against BC. That, if they don't get out to a good start, their mascot may just leave. They go, I'm not here for this. I have too good of an outfit, and I put too much into this to watch this crap. They will get booed off their own field in the first quarter if it's a slow start.
That's actually one of the schools. They took away seats. Basically, they had too many. I think they had over 100 or whatever. So they downsized a little bit. So it's still going to be an empty arena. They keep losing like that.
Well, yeah. Listen, a lot of places. Look, I've said it for years. I think Michigan State should downsize. There's no purpose in 2024 to having an 80,000-seat stadium.
They have downsized.
No, more. I'm talking like 65,000 comfortable seats. I don't want to talk to you about it. You'll just get
like
upset.
Ford Field when you
Mike,
have that. Yeah.
Mike, they're in the process of doing that.
More.
They're okay. They can't
More.
do it. You know what?
More.
You just still
Spelled
angry.
MOAR.
Man, who
more.
hurt you?
And I want the beer garden over the end zone. Then I will talk to you.
I'm just going to drive and put a lock on it and just say it's closed.
I'd be fine with that, too.
Because Mike's angry.
It
Go
was
ahead,
closed
David.
last season.
Hey, wait a second, okay?
Nobody took Stanford's tree?
No! That goofy-ass thing, I hate everything about Stanford, especially their band. Oh, look, we're bad at music, but we're the band. Aren't we ironic? I hate them. I hate them.
Did anyone take the Florida Gator?
No.
No, not at all. Someone says, Mike, since you want weapons, doesn't Georgia Tech ride out with a car? That's
Yes.
a weapon.
Yes, the Rambling Wreck.
Mm-hmm.
True. Now, I'll give you, there's another one. I tell you who you could draft. The dude looks like every year they have one of these, and it's a guy who looks like they're on human growth hormone. You ever see the Rainbow Warrior for Hawaii?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't mess with that cat.
Yes.
Dude's traps connect to his earlobes.
Or
Their team may stink, but Jesus, don't mess with that guy.
No, the one I told Mike that gives you your nightmare fuel is cayenne. The,
Louisiana Lafayette?
Yeah.
It's like a demon pepper. You got to see the look on his face, Kenny.
Yeah.
It's like a scary clown.
It's a cayenne pepper, hair's on fire.
Want to take a
And-
picture? No.
I could just see a bunch of little kids shaking their heads.
No. You will see that mascot in your nightmares.
Where would you include Big Red from Western Kentucky?
Oh, the Grimace?
Yeah.
Again, if I'm not factoring in the ability to win a fight, I think it'd be elite tier. You have to understand.
I think you would win the fight because I don't know what you are. So I'm going to walk away.
the whole point is he's a grimace. It's ridiculous. The
Right.
school basically says we don't care. Here's a big red blob.
Yeah, but that's just it. Like, you know what? I don't know what you are. I'm going to walk away. Nope.
Someone says the Stanford tree and the Syracuse orange were the best in the old college football mascot mode.
Yeah, the Syracuse orange isn't bad. He's a very happy guy, wears the oversized hat, but he get his ass kicked. He could get beat up by a bunch of school children. You don't want that.
Yes, he could. See, I debated this one. Someone's wondering, no war eagle? Would that be considered their mascot?
No, they have two. It's like Georgia. They've got, I think his name's like Eli the Eagle, and
Yep.
then they have the actual
Aubrey the Tiger.
Yeah.
War
Aubrey-
Eagle.
Yeah.
It's different. So
Oh, no,
like-
they got also a tiger as well.
Yeah, they've got. But see that? What is it with Auburn? Are you War Eagle or are you the Tigers? Pick.
They're losers. Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
that's.
You set him up for that. Nobody took the elephant from Alabama because I don't know what that has to do with Roll
Again,
Tide.
if Alabama would ratchet up the budget and get a real elephant, I would have considered it. But it's an idiot in a stuffed animal costume. Who's he beating up?
Still don't understand the elephant and the Roll Tide.
How did that? I really don't know.
I was like, what does one have to do? And if you ask an Alabama person, they look at you like, what do you mean you don't know? It makes no sense.
I really don't know. That's like the Utah Jazz. There's no Jazz in Utah. There's no elephants in Alabama. Look it up. Tell me why. Figure it out. You brought it up. You solve it.
Jim and Shelby. Sandals for Touchdown Jesus. This segment is off the charts.
I'm
Thanks,
just
guys.
making a point that if you are the Fighting Irish and you are one of America's preeminent religious universities, you have Touchdown Jesus. What's the problem? You have a grotto, for Christ's sakes. You got priests walking all over campus. Why can't we have a pro-combat Jesus? Put him on the sidelines. It's better than that leprechaun. What?
According to the Encyclopedia of Alabama, didn't know they had one. During a game against Mississippi, looks like
You
Ole
can
Miss,
read that? They don't usually spell anything right in that one.
Oh, boy.
a fan in the stands referred to the Alabama linemen as elephants because they were larger than the Ole Miss players. Journalists soon began calling them the Red Elephants.
And that's what stuck.
That's what stuck.
Fascinating. All right, I learned something. Thank you for that.
Real high IQ guys down there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I must have missed the Rhodes Scholar state known as Georgia.
This was back in 1929.
Good Lord, Kenny. Go ahead, David.
He's loving this. Someone says, thank you, Mike, for the shout out for Louis the Laker. That is from Russ.
He's elite. Don't get it twisted. But we cannot have non-Division I schools in this.
Yeah, because someone else is texting in, missed out on Pistol Pete, the New Mexico State football. But that's not, yeah.
You know,
But
they're D1. They're D1. But if I have to rank Pistol Pete's between Oklahoma State, Wyoming, and New Mexico State, please. The New Mexico State one looks like they found the old costume that Oklahoma State threw in the garbage.
And, to go along with your can you win in a fight, it's the reason why I couldn't take the Leprechaun from Notre Dame. Just no.
I just hate Notre Dame, so it's different for me. Go ahead.
I'm a UGA fan, and your comments about the team's driving ability crack me up every single time.
Because it's not funny, but it's getting to a point where it's like, Kirby, how many of your players are going to be getting reckless drivings before we just fix it?
Yeah.
Like, where, you brought this up the other day, where the hell is one of the rideshare programs to be like, hey, brought to you by the University of Georgia football team, ride share.
No, at this point, you're better off just donating your services because you will be in the news a lot more. Hey, this rideshare service is helping out Georgia players. Choose them.
Just lined up right outside the stadium, right outside
the locker room.
Whatever you need to do.
Yes.
We're waiting for you, sir. You just played a great game. Here's your ride.
That's right. That's it.
You're leaving that party? Come on. We got you.
So I've got a Tiger stat for you. And we'll do a mini version of the full thing we did earlier in the show. As we take you to Tiger Baseball, I have one number. You can tell me whether the number has value to you as to whether it is or is not a pennant chase. We'll get into that next. 97.1. All right. So we've talked for a long time. Mike Papura, he's been with us forever. I know it's depressing. Oh, my God, life insurance. We're talking about being dead. Yeah, well, deal with it. Call Mike Papura, get some life insurance. That way your family doesn't hate you when you're dead. Mike will help you find a plan that not only covers your family's needs, but is affordable. And he'll shop over 70 different life insurance carriers nationwide, and he'll guarantee you the best possible rate. Over 30 years in the business, National Benefit Plans delivers results. Call Mike Papura now, 877-734-2200, or on the web anytime at nbphealth.com. And remember, National Benefit Plans would like to be your health and life insurance agency for a lifetime. Hey, David, I got to ask you this because you're a Michigan fan. I want to see if I can do this before Rico returns. I think Joel Klatt and Gus Johnson are pretty awful, right? Here's Rico. This is going to upset him. I just got to do this. Like, we always talk about this, and I do think there's a big rise in independent media. It's why YouTube's popular, podcasts are popular. I think people just get fed up with being fed garbage or getting gaslit by mainstream media. Like, I think very little of Gus and Joel.
Right.
Like, I get it. You're on Fox, and Fox owns the Big Ten, and you can't go insane with ad hominem attacks. I'm not asking you to do that. But they're bordering on creepy love affair with U of M, which it is. Did you see what Joel Klatt had to say today?
I did not.
Okay, I want to read this to you. The national championship in 2023 is not even close to tainted. It's not even close to an asterisk, close quote. Joel Klatt. Now, I'm fine.
What did you expect him to say?
No.
He literally is the unofficial play-by-play guy.
And he took pictures with Connor Stallions. You've seen those. Yeah. So I laugh at stuff like this. Like, Joel, are you denying what actual head coaches have said about that scheme?
No.
Like, if you don't want to or aren't allowed to say something different, don't. But this is what I mean, why people who aren't Michigan fans. You're a Michigan fan, you love that comment. You have every right to. I'm making a point. This is where there's so many people disenfranchised with coverage of sports today because much like ESPN with the SEC for years, Fox with the Big Ten, you can't get a shred of independent thought.
Because Joel knows where his butter is bread. He's going to be doing
butter is bread.
Bread is buttered.
Sorry, it's a long day.
Evan got these Thin Mint pretzels, man. They got me just out there.
I just had to read it to you. I go, that's
no, but
adorable.
he knows we're going to be doing Michigan games,
Right.
And we're going to be in Ann Arbor, and I need them to like me.
So you're bought.
I don't want to be booed. I want to be.
You're bought.
I want to come in with the.
You know what kills me about Joe? He's a foreign player.
Colorado. Oh, trust me. His dream bowl game is Colorado, Michigan.
Yeah. See, and I don't even like what Gus and Joel do, and this is a Fox thing. I think it's completely inappropriate to do this Coach Prime crap. And they're making cartoons of Dion. Or they got Dion riding a buffalo into the game as a promo. Like, that's wrestling crap. Like, I'm still of the generation of guys like Nick Saban. Hell, even a Jim Harbaugh, right? These are real college football coaches. His name is Coach Deion Sanders. I don't need this Coach Prime stuff. This isn't the Intercontinental
Coach Sanders, right.
But honestly, wrestling, that's how they treat their coverage. They follow, you all talked about it in 22 and 23. They seem to follow Michigan wherever Michigan went.
David, it was called the Michigan Road Tour.
It was like Hulk Hogan was on tour.
Right,
and they're going wherever he goes.
They didn't deny it. We're following Michigan all year long.
Hell, they let Charles Woodson, and I don't need Charles to be unbiased. That's not what I'm talking about. He's a former player. He's the best defensive player I've ever seen. The point is, I don't need Charles with a flag on the field. Like, there's just, this is where the rest of us look at it. Not just, don't do this whole Sparty Buckeye thing. There's not a member institution in the Big Ten that is accepting of that media coverage. It's an embarrassment. Joel Klatt, it's like someone, like his brain got rotted by cheese curds or something. I don't understand what the hell his problem is.
The 2021 game at Spartan Stadium when he took off running with the flag as MSU was running out the tunnel. He had the Michigan flag.
Oh, I know. Like that. That's
he was just a Michigan mascot. That's what he was at that moment. Yeah. Which where everyone knows where he went. Everyone knows what he did there. But the timing was just like, all right, dude. They brought you on to do this crap?
I don't know stats, right? I don't know. But what percentage of college football fans actually watch these shows?
Not a lot.
I've gotten to a point I don't turn the TV on till noon. I know that sounds wholly insane, but forget about game day. Between game day and Fox, it will just annoy me, so I avoid all of it.
I'm with you. I run all my errands, and I don't. The Lee Corso putting on the
First of all, Lee Corso makes me sad. Let's just be honest about it, all right? Yeah. Like, I'm sorry if this offends anyone. Lee Corso should not be on television. All right? They're
no.
turning him into Sister Jean.
Brother, they've been literally propping him up for the last 2 years.
They're one
Correct.
step from them tying a balloon animal
Right.
to his wrist
Lee.
like Sister Jean.
Pointing.
He shouldn't be on TV.
Lee, here's your here. Let me help you up here, Lee.
See, but I'm gonna tell you this, and you're right. I don't watch their stuff either. But here's how Fox gets you, and how we all know what Charles Woodson does is because they don't start till 12:10. So when everyone turns at noon for the kickoff, they're still going, and you see what Charles Woodson does, and you see what they're doing leading into that game. They get you that way.
Yes, because you're thinking, okay, my game starts at noon.
Where's the
they're still here.
kickoff? And they're still talking.
Like, it's always funny. Is like I always thought one of the best crews was Vern and Gary Danielson doing SEC football. And I never felt like Gary Danielson loved particular schools. He was just Gary Danielson. You just watch the broadcast. They were elite. They were awesome at what they did. Like, I don't understand how we've arrived at political television in sports now. Because Fox and ESPN, depending on the conference, it feels like CNN and Fox News.
Because, Mike, Fox literally, when they go to the game drafts, they're going after Michigan games. We want all the Michigan games because they know that they have the Michigan fan base.
I have no issue with that.
So let's say nice things about them.
That's what I disagree with. That's not your job. Call the game.
It's viewership.
Whoa.
Yeah, but they're
watching regardless. Call the game. Like Tom Brady is going to go to the NFL. I'll tell you what won't fly. If Tom Brady drinks the bathwater of the Patriots during games, you got to call the game.
Yeah.
I just don't know how we lost that.
Because even though they are fanboys on the air, people are still watching. So,
Well, that's
and
the
you're
thing.
saying they wouldn't watch if they weren't? Bull.
no, Mike, I
Because
think
I don't pay attention
both
to
things
them.
can be true.
As a Michigan fan, I don't pay attention to them. I'm going to watch.
Okay, you're not a Michigan fan.
I'm going to
We've already
watch
established that.
regardless. But what I'm saying is, I don't need them to do the fluff stuff because I'm watching anyway.
That's right.
Just give me a game.
But, David, if you were a real Michigan fan, you would appreciate when they sit here and they tell you all of these great stories about your coach and your team and how they hung out with them
Honestly, no.
during the week.
I'm-
oh, my goodness, did you ever have Sharon Moore's brisket? It's fantastic. I mean, that's the stories that they give you.
Yeah, I don't need it. Okay, I don't.
No, you know,
I don't need any more of
think,
Donovan Edwards and West Blue. Oh, I don't need that.
But guys, you're chain. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying you're missing my greater point. You're turning this into a U of M thing, and it's not. I'm saying all broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of the lack of quality in the broadcast where I want to mute all of it. It's awful.
Right. You want to mute all of it, Mike, but I guess the reason why I think there's hand-selecting schools with the gigantic fan bases because there's so many different ways.
Another thing he ruined about the sport.
What, fan
Yes.
bases? They've already been there. Michigan already had the largest fan base in America.
Right, but this was
I
never,
had nothing to do with
this
that.
was never a problem before Gus and Joel. Think about it. Michigan was on national TV my whole life. They deserved to be a huge audience, great brand, famous helmet. I never felt this way before Gus and Joel. There has never been in the history of broadcasting, and now don't give me you for his clown horn.
No. National broadcast. I'm not taking credit for that. No, I'm not. That's on them.
Okay.
That's not me.
And that
Not on me. You know what? You could take that over there, devil, with David's team.
will do. Oh, yeah. We were supposed to do Tigers, and then I did that stupid Klatt quote. You got a 3.7% chance of making the playoffs. That was the stat.
So all of that to get here.
We did a whole presentation on that earlier in the show, and believe me, I was much more positive about it than that stat. You'll have to go back and listen, Odyssey.com rewind. I'm sorry. You get me in the whole broadcast realm. I got major problems in all sports with where we're at currently, but you know what? Who cares?
Touchdown, black guy.
You know, if you get Tim Brando on enough bourbons, I wouldn't be shocked if he belted one of those out this weekend. Tim Brando don't know where he is half the time. I love that little Italian coach at MSU. You mean Tom Izzo?
Isn't that what I said?
All right, Northville
No, it
Lumber,
wasn't.
oldest company in the state, largest Trex stacking outlet in the country. Nobody stocks more. Nobody sells more Trex than Northville. Last year, contractors, homeowners, they bought enough Trex from Northville to cover 26 football fields. And there's a reason they moved the product. It's all in stock all the time, right in their warehouse. Some of it as low as $1.59 a foot. You buy it, you build it. Deck season extends well into the fall, today notwithstanding. So get involved. Get it built. They'll intro you to a Trex certified pro. Just call Northville Lumber today or go to northvillelumber.com. That's northvillelumber.com. All right, David, big finish. We take you to the hottest team in baseball in about 8 minutes. Your Detroit Tigers. Hit the button. So let's do this. Let's just mention the Tigers now. It's simple. Fangraphs gives you a 3.7% chance to make the playoffs. That feels a little negative. But here's the math on it. 29 games to go. You probably got to go 21-8. You have 2 more against the Angels, 3 against the Red Sox this weekend. Don't worry about the rest of the schedule. We came to an agreement as a show. If they go 4-1 over the next 5, and we show up for the West Coast trip next week after Labor Day, yeah, maybe you're in a pennant chase here. And we can have a little fun with it. Do I think they'll get home? Sadly, probably not. But you know what? Let the kids play it out. They don't know any better. Let them go out and win a bunch of baseball games.
No, I think you will definitely be in a pennant chase. If we come back here on Tuesday and this team has won 4 or 5 games, yeah, it will be fun because now at that point, you're probably the next team out. You're not only in the graphic, but you're not at the bottom where it's just, okay, we had to extend the graphic. No, you're right there, and now you just keep riding that wave. I mean, you're playing some really good baseball, and maybe they're just too young and stupid to realize you're not supposed to be this good. Just let them keep playing. As John would say, let it play out.
Well, speaking of not being very good, we started the show with Russell Wilson is my starting quarterback. And Daniel Jones will continue to be your quarterback. So, Mike, we are done for the year.
Yes, it's a nuclear winner. No, we just talked about there is no hope. But that was the backdrop to, all right, does Michigan State football follow in that line of thinking? Not quite. Now, understand, no one on this show said they're going to be good to very good. But why isn't it plausible to win 7 or 8 games, considering they damn near got to 6 last year with a coach with his pants around his ankles and a team that had quit and they blew 2 games? They brought in a lot of players. And look, I don't know if Aiden Childs is good, but he was one of the most hyped guys in the portal. Why can't we have a little hope for not anything substantive, but for fun, for non-sad Saturdays? I don't know. Crazy?
No, I don't think it's crazy at all. I mean, their schedule sets up that the first 4 games, if Childs is what we think he could be, you could win those games. Now, then it comes Ohio State and Oregon, followed by Iowa and Michigan.
Let me help you. Nope, not that.
Yeah.
Now, the Iowa game I take offense to.
Well, but see, that's
losses, Michigan, Oregon, Ohio State.
But
I don't want to hear about Iowa.
No, only because Iowa is after the 6 days that murderous row. Mentally, you could just be beaten up. Remember, this is 61 brand new players. And if you can't go out there.
They won't be brand new.
Yeah, but David, if you get destroyed in
they'll
2
be
games.
dead, David.
That's what I'm saying. Mentally, you can just check out.
We're going to need a lot of pine boxes after back-to-back weeks, Oregon and Ohio State.
So.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm sorry.
That's going to be a rough one there. We had a interesting comment or quote from Ward Manuel today talking basically, not verbatim, but I'll just read it. First of all, we're going to fight when we need to fight. Also, where we had made mistakes, we're going to admit them and deal with it. That's just a little bit of what he said. Continue on to say if we do things that are against the rules, that we know that are against the rules, we need to admit it and move forward and deal with it. Just something a little different from him.
We did a something or nothing, and it didn't feel quite as haughty as the comments in the fall, and it made you wonder. They've gotten a little look at the NOA. I don't know. Maybe something. Just a one-segment thing that we did. It was interesting. And he was on an Ann Arbor station. It's a safe space. You do what you got to do.
Yeah,
he felt like he was walking it back a little.
Yeah, you figure if you were going to feel the bravado, that was the time. This is my people. And it was almost a, hey, you got to work with me. We're going to celebrate. You're going to get your rings. We're going to have fun in that first game. But then bad things could be down the line.
Well, it was total opposite of what Joe Klatt had to say that Mike so graciously gave us that the guy thinks there is no asterisk, not even close, when it comes to Michigan's title. Well, it led us to the discussion of what happened to actual integrity.
No, just the idea of broadcasters broadcasting. Like, I don't remember a time, and I've watched Michigan my entire life. Yes, upstate New York was Big Ten country, okay? I don't remember a time in my life where I ever felt like I was watching a home broadcast on national TV. What Fox has done with the Big Ten, if you're not a Michigan fan, it's a total embarrassment. Mm-hmm. Total.
No, if
you're a Michigan fan, God bless. Enjoy it.
Yeah, what he said. Totally agree, because they had the Michigan Road Tour, and they let you know we're going to follow them every game this season. They didn't hide it. I'll give them credit for that. They don't even try to act like, oh, guys, it's a conspiracy. Nope, exactly what you see.
Well, the Lions have announced their practice squad, and on it, Allen Robinson and Tim Patrick at wide receiver, along with Tom Kennedy. It's a little back and forth reporting here. There was a report that DPJ was on it, but then I don't see him on the actual list.
Yeah, I
don't know.
Maybe Allen took that spot.
Maybe.
I looked at it as well.
I think Allen Robinson's been washed for 3 years. I have no interest. That's not even a body at this point. He had a nice career, but he has been bad. And if you want to get into actual data, like metrics, guy can't get open, generates no separation, has no foot speed. It's over. That doesn't do anything for me at all.
Yeah, I had that experiment. He's trash.
Apparently not. Brad Holmes does not think so. And he's one injury away.
Well, it's just a practice squad, right? You can.
Yeah, no, I'm not. It was all about if you're trying to find that depth receiver, they're all lottery tickets. It's like a fantasy football draft. You don't draft safe guys late. You draft guys that if they pop, they're going to win you the league. Allen Robinson, what's he going to do? Recapture 2018 form? I just don't see it, man.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, speaking of draft, we did a mascot draft.
Yes.
And I had Bevo, the Mountaineer, Brutus the Buckeye, the Duke Blue Devil, and the Arizona State Devil. I was doubling down with the Devil.
That's right. Still think Sparky's the better choice. But look, the mascots are one of the things we still love about the game. And tomorrow night, we're back at it. You get North Carolina, Minnesota tomorrow. You get Colorado and North Dakota State. You get a couple games that are watchable. I know it's not the heaviest matchups, but at least it's real. It felt good to see Georgia Tech and Florida State. I'm not going to lie to you, say I won't watch North Carolina, Minnesota.
Oh, no. I'm right there with you. I'm just wondering, is that the sermon this Sunday?
Doubling down with the Devil. Yes, that is a sermon this Sunday. One quick note here, because I found this hilarious. CeeDee Lamb got his contract. Yesterday, Jamar Chase decided to practice for the first time all training camp. Well, he didn't do it today after seeing that CeeDee Lamb contract. He showed up in his street clothes and walked in and looked at him and said, I'm not practicing.
I will never understand why teams just don't pay the people. Don't fight. You're going to pay them. The longer you wait, the more you're going to have to pay. It is the most ridiculous thing, but hey, I don't run a team.
Your guy is practicing today, by the way, Brandon Ayuk.
It's just
today,
simple. You got to take care of your stars. I'm with Rico. Why are you getting into warfare with your most valuable assets? And to Rico's point, there's no mechanism in this where you're not going to have to pay. All right, Tiger baseball's next. Go win another game.